So this not a new experience.
Yeah, okay.
Broke your camera, man. Be angry.
Levente master!
Be angry.
So, do you think the whole world is getting worse?
Man, I think perhaps the world is getting worse.
这个世界真的变得更糟糕了吗？这是即将30岁的我对世界的疑问。2020年之后，世界变得动荡不堪，疫情反复，局部战争，经济下滑，似乎每一件事都牵动着人类的命运。生活在互联网时代的我们，也不知不觉间被淹没在了自己构筑的高墙之内。愤怒与冲突取代了沟通与对话。我是一个理想主义者，希望通过一场探索与对话，探寻这个问题的答案。我将从荷兰出发，一路向北至北极圈，与不同背景的人对话，与陌生人对话。世界真的变得更糟糕了吗？前路多歧途，愿客摘星辰。在见到 Levente 之前，我和其他人一样，都将他设想成一个冒险家。他在沙发客网站 Couchsurfing 上有将近500条的评价记录，让我在脑海中勾勒出一个典型的沙发客与搭车客的形象，粗糙、随性、潇洒而自由。作为一个前搭车客，我为即将遇到一个先驱者而兴奋不已。我到达马斯特里赫特的时候已经是傍晚，我和 Levente 决定去一个小山丘随便聊聊。而就在这片小山坡上，我没有想到自己将会听到一个以酗酒、药物、家庭暴力为开端的人生故事。
Your mom and your father, like they got divorced just after you were born?
I was 2.5 years old. When I was 12 years old, then my mother started to drink more seriously. I don't know if she drank before, I don't remember. But I suppose so, knowing what I know now about isms and schisms.
Yeah.
So that's when it became very severe, and then we didn't have a relationship anymore, and then she left.
So
That's
after
that.
like the 12 years old, have you met your mom again?
Yeah, of course. We saw each other a few times over the years. Every time the same hi, and then we just move on.
然而，暗淡的童年没有阻止成长中的 Levente 做出自己的选择。
But when you were a teenager, like did you hate your mom or your father?
No. I always wanted to help and to change that. I didn't hate them, you know.
You want to change them or you?
Yeah, of course, them. That's also the reason, one of the reasons I went to theological school, thinking I will pray all day, they will change.
Okay.
You know, I didn't like the situation, but I didn't have time to hate them, you know, like hate came later when I started to process and understand the behavior that it has on a child. You know, when I think about my children, for example, you know, that I will have, it's something I don't want them to see. So there came a lot of anger and hate of why would somebody do that, but it's the way they are, and we are not in control of how other people are.
而搭车旅行成为改变他的第二个选择。
Levente 在他成年之后，突然意识到，就我为什么要去背负家族的这些悲剧，然后我为什么不能去选择自己的人生？我觉得就在那一个时刻，他真的开始意识到，就是人生是有选择权的，我可以去过我想要的这个人生。
Levente 出发了，他在亚马逊原始部落一起生活，在东南亚与渔民一同出海，在热情的南美洲夜夜笙歌。
In Romania, like the television, they did an interview for you?
Yeah, of course. Also in my hometown.
Yeah.
Because then everybody wants to know why and what am I doing.
Yeah.
So this not a new experience.
Yeah. Okay.
但他并不想作为一个旅行家被人谈论。Levente 更想让人们关注那些在旅程中给他提供了帮助与善意，与他彻夜长谈的人们。他说，是他们塑造了今天的他。
其实这一点我有很深的共鸣，因为我在18岁的成人旅行的时候也被新闻媒体所报道， 但他们可能更多关注的就是那个数字。然后比如说我用了350块钱旅行了2000多公里，然后跨越了多少个省份，但这些数字其实我觉得并不重要，我也更希望人们关注的是这一趟旅程中这些帮助了我的人和所发生的事情怎样塑造了一个青少年的价值观。然后我从那个时候也开始思考，就是旅游和旅行的区别是什么。我后来发现，就是旅游其实是一个从点 A 到点 B， 你用脚步去丈量大地的长度的问题，而旅行的话，我觉得是你要用心去感受这个大地的厚度的问题。然后我觉得在旅行的过程中去见证自己的成长，塑造自己的价值观，这件事情会比我们去旅游要来得更重要。
现在的 Levente 是一名小有名气的体能训练师，有很多的学生和职业运动员都慕名而来和他一起训练。
One lunge and the other the ball.
Yeah, lunge ball.
Yeah. Yeah, plus during plank you can breathe.
Yeah, and you do a push-up for the camera.
With one leg.
Sure. With no leg.
Levente 即将回罗马尼亚开始自己新的事业了，他的朋友们以一种特殊的方式给他送别。我们在30度的高温下，在马斯特里赫特的城外做了将近90分钟的高强度 agility 训练。
Broke your camera, man. Be angry.
Levente master.
Be angry. Angry. Come on, run, run. Keep your back straight. Come on.
Like the one word to describe him, what word you will be choose?
Strong.
Strong?
Yeah.
What about like 2 words?
Tours. Very strong.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a machine.
Sorry?
It's a machine.
Yeah, Levi is a beast. Also here in the field as on the workplace. So
Yeah.
You get a bit that when you train with them.
Okay.
听到这些描述，你很难想象他曾经也有身体虚弱的时候。
I was addicted to alcohol. I took a lot of drugs in South America, everyday cocaine for a very long time. But I never stopped life. I was working throughout that period, running a hotel, restaurant, like a small beach bar. You know, in Colombia, I worked. Then when I stopped drinking and taking seriously heavy drugs every day, I started to do yoga and running.
Yeah.
You know, and today also I will have a joint or two, but I train. You know what I mean? I go down, I wake up early, I do my shit.
Yeah.
So my mind may be a bit blurry and what, I don't know what, but I am sharp. So it's a choice I make, whether I'm addicted or not, yes. Then the body says no, and if you listen, then you can stop. If you don't listen and you're in denial, you can move on. You know, because yeah, it hits you. And some people are hit harder. Some people can say no, other people can't. It's not one is better than the other. It's a choice everybody makes. I chose to take drugs. Yeah. So nobody forced me. So I am privileged like that. Because I didn't go to a club and got hooked up on some shit and became addicted for the rest of my life. No, I chose to put myself into those positions and take the line and take the pill.
So it's all about your choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
What motivated you like to change?
My motivation was pure intimidation, you know. I got intimidated by my own pen. I wanted to write in my journal. I was sitting on a bench, just my daily journal, you know. And I wanted to write in it, and I dropped the pen. And I tried to bend for it.
But you can't.
And I tried to bend for it, but I was on a bench. And I couldn't reach the pen. You understand?
Yeah.
I was so, you know, like, fat. And that was the moment where I said, like, yeah, okay, we have to change this now. Because this is not good, you know, 20-something, really, really not good to be in such a state. This was home for 5 years. Not anymore. Because home is where your heart is.
Yeah.
当我问到他是如何从零开始进行体能训练， 直到今天成为一名小有名气的体能训练师。他说，他所需的训练空间也不过是房前的一片空地，还有一个阴暗狭窄的地下室，而所有应该知道的知识都应该是在图书馆里。
But you live like a very low budget life, right? So far you don't worry about that much of your like the kids' education, or whether you have like a big car or a big house for your family.
No, because except for the well-being of my family, I don't care about the rest of the things because they're not important to me. You know, like, yes, I live a low-budget life, but I live a good life, man. I eat well, I entertain myself, but I don't need to exceed.
What kind of the books inspiring you, like in the past 2 or 3 years?
So, most of all the books of Pavel Tsatsouline, like he owns his things in strength and mobility.
Yeah.
Some books from Dan John, and when it comes to martial arts, the Bruce Lee, always. The Tao of Jeet Kune Do is awesome. Because I read it as a non-person from that culture, right? So a lot of people from the East are more connected to his philosophy because they have formal understanding of what that is, or they are educated in that, you know? I don't come from that. I come from like kick and punch, Eastern European, boxing, wrestling background, if anything. But reading Bruce Lee's books and seeing some of his videos beyond the movies, like not the movies, but his actual footage of things that he does, it's like really fascinating. Martial arts is, you are strong, you are mobile, you are fast, you are very, very good at doing very hard stuff, cool, but will you survive when you are one-on-one with somebody who wants to hurt you? Because ultimately this is a test. It's a test our ancestors had. It's a test that exists in today's competitive world also, between companies and people and jobs, and we are continuously fighting. It's survival. Everything is survival. Yeah. So just because our lives are comfortable and we are able to live in some parts of the world very comfortably, it doesn't mean that the fight's over. Yeah, I mean, you fight every day.
Yeah.
You fight for your job, career, kids, school, education, relationship. Man, you are continuously getting, I don't know, effed by life.
Yeah.
You know, shit happens, you know, and this is the truth. We have to train ourselves to be resilient to that impact.
Yeah. In your basement, I say like
Yes.
the formless and
Shapeless.
shapeless. How you understand those ideas?
For me, like the true principle of all this water and empty your mind and is flow. So if you do something that is really, really to your liking, intimately, and you manage to express this in some kind of motion, things in your body that free up, because you are moving and then suddenly you move so many times that your mind can wander. It's a form of meditation in movement. And then you have moments when you become that water or you become flow. You do stuff that just comes naturally and makes sense in that moment. That state is very inspiring for me in the normal state, when I am not there but trying to be there, because I know it's possible.
So, do you think the whole world is getting worse?
Man, I think perhaps the world is getting worse. You know, I was thinking about this since you asked the question.
Yeah.
And perhaps the world has gone worse. Definitely it has changed. Everybody can acknowledge the world has in the last few years changed suddenly. Like a lot of things have changed.
Yeah.
Whether it's worse or it's better, I honestly can't tell you. But I can tell you that I personally felt that it was somehow a more challenging time for society, or the predefined model of society. Everybody got locked in, you know what I mean? Like a lot of restrictions, a lot of things, I think a lot of people have been affected by that worldwide.
Yeah.
For me personally, and here also a lot of things have changed, but I didn't feel necessarily affected by what was going on.
Why? Why do you think not changed affect you?
It didn't affect me because I recognized the moment that this started to happen, that this is a very powerful time. So there is energy to be harvested there. And I was in a position in life where I could allow myself to explore what that energy made available. So I recognized this very, 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 very soon, that the first lockdown happened and work stopped and, you know, and I said, yeah, great. It's a lot of free time to do stuff my life didn't allow me to do before. Maybe turn internally, you know, explore a hobby, learn something new. And in that process, I got stronger, you know, and I got smarter and I got more connected with myself because I wasn't distracted of stuff.
Okay.
You know, like, so I wasn't affected by the change because it just helped me actually give up the very few things in my life I had left that were restraining me from pursuing more my goals.
在那次山坡谈话之后，我和 Levente 遇见了一场落日。我们停下了对话，在夕阳下静听自己的呼吸。在那一刻，我感到了久违的平静，也终于与 Levente 有所共鸣。我们需要的其实没有那么多，我们需要的其实只有自己。过去了2年多，纷杂的世界曾令我们心绪难平，但或许我们可以停一停，审视自己的内心，积蓄身体的能量，从自我之中汲取对抗风浪的勇气和力量。现在是凌晨2点，蚊子，我睡不着，全天下的蚊子都不得好。